Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Detroit Pistons tonight. As a result of tonight's game, the Lakers got their revenge win in double overtime against the Pistons tonight. It was a very long game tonight. I mean, I was just, in the edge of my seat waiting for the Lakers to get their revenge over the Detroit Pistons, and they delivered it in double overtime tonight. And as of this win, the Lakers are now 18 wins into the NBA season, and I believe they are in the second, maybe the first seat in the Western Conference with this particular win, but I might be mistaken. But last time I checked, I believe they still remain at the second seat in the Western Conference. So I want to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about the results of tonight's game and the expectations moving forward for the Los Angeles Lakers. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right into it. So, guys, the Lakers beat the Detroit Pistons tonight in double overtime. They really survived in this particular win over the Detroit Pistons, one of the couple of worst teams in the Eastern Conference. And this was supposed to happen. I mean, the Lakers Nation, we were expecting the Lakers to get this win over the Detroit Pistons after, I believe, maybe a week ago when they faced them. It was a disappointing loss at that time where I really thought the Lakers could have beaten the Detroit Pistons at that particular moment. But this time around, they got their revenge over Detroit, and honestly, it was... it had to be a win. I mean, if the Lakers lost, I would have had some couple words when it came down to the Lakers' performance. And sadly, even though the Lakers got a win, I was kind of disappointed by how they played defensively. I mean, they allowed a couple of times, like players like Josh Jackson to have the ability to just score on them. I mean, it was just a bad effort when it came to the Lakers defensively. Even though they offensively they played very well, in my opinion, when it came to the offensive prowess, especially when it came to the third quarter. And you can make the argument second quarter as well when they came back. But when it came to the fourth quarter, it was just a hard drop for me because they were kind of slacking off, especially when it came to defense. And when it's all said and done, it should have ended in the fourth quarter, but it kept on going into the overtime and then the second overtime, and then it's just at the end of the day, the Lakers survived in this particular game against the Detroit Pistons in tonight's game. But getting into the stats of the Los Angeles Lakers, I mean, we saw LeBron James being the focal point of the Lakers winning tonight, especially in the double overtime with him shooting threes and making some layups that really helped the Lakers boost their lead, if you will. And you can make the argument that Anthony Davis in the final maybe minutes left in the game in the double overtime, you could just tell that he really was showing his aggressiveness out there at the end of the double overtime. And it was just one of those type of situations that we needed. We needed our top stars to really step up because, judging by what I've been seeing from the rest of the Lakers squad, I mean, there were some who didn't really step up out there. That's why we have LeBron and Anthony Davis to really finish off any sort of situation that the Lakers are in any certain tight moments in certain games. And LeBron James had, I believe, 33 points and 11 assists out there. And I believe he had, I might be mistaken, I believe he had 4 steals. So his efforts out there was really great for the Lakers at the end of the day, to the point that he had a pretty good performance. I mean, if you saw the third quarter, him being the quarterback, throwing that basketball to THT for him to, I believe it was a dunk or maybe it was a layup, but his efforts out there from LeBron James was just great in that particular moment. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, here's the video to check this out.
All right, Lakers should get an opportunity. Quarterback LeBron throws it to THT, throws it down. What a play!
That is called no defensive. LeBron throws it, the tight end grabs it, and it goes up and flushes it. We'll head to the fourth with the Lakers up.
And, just a beautiful throw from LeBron James being that quarterback. And, ironically, the Super Bowl Sunday is going to begin. So, it's just one of those type of situations that we all have to prepare for ourselves for, watching the Super Bowl on Sunday. So I just really can't wait for that. But, it's really great to see LeBron James playing the way that he did. He really led the Lakers tonight and really with this win, really. So great job out there for LeBron James. And then you had, like I said, Anthony Davis. He had 30 points out there tonight. He stepped up his role, especially in overtime and in the double overtime as well. So his efforts out there was really a huge help for the Lakers to really win out there tonight. Even though I would have loved to see them finish, like I said, finishing off this game in the fourth quarter. But, they went into overtime, and at the end of the day, they got a win. So great job out there for Anthony Davis. Then the third scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers in Dennis Schroeder, who had 22 points out there. And I believe he went 7 of 8 or 7 of 9 from the field. So, his efforts was really in effect when it came to the Lakers, needing help from certain Lakers out there. And, one of them was Dennis Schroeder. So great job out there for Dennis Schroeder. I mean, he continues to show his presence every single game. And, I already said this, but, he's officially the third best scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's the third option, if you will. He's shown it, and, he's delivering it when it's all said and done since him being traded in the offseason to join the Los Angeles Lakers in the offseason. So, in that trade. So, it's just doing wonders. And, Laker fans are just so appreciative of Dennis Schroeder and his ability to score, play defense. And, it's just he's been delivering since then. So, great job out there for Dennis Schroeder. But when it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, let's talk about the bench. Kyle Kuzma had 14 points out there tonight. A great job for his efforts out there, that hustle. And then, I believe he had 7 rebounds out there tonight. So great job on his end to really deliver for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I believe he went 3 of 7 from the threes. So with his efforts coming off the bench, shooting those threes, it has been a huge effect when it came down to him stepping up, and especially when it came to the fourth quarter, I believe, or maybe it was the third quarter, because that's where he really put out his magic out there, and especially in the third quarter. So great job for Kyle Kuzma. And then Alex Caruso. If you guys notice, Alex Caruso, he had 10 points out there, but if you notice, he plays very well. We already know how he plays defensively. He really stepped up when it came down to it, especially in overtime. I just noticed that, Frank Vogel used Alex Caruso a lot more during the overtime that we were in, especially in the double overtime. I mean, he was really a huge help for the Lakers defensively, and you can just tell that he was basically, we can honestly say that he was the player of the game, even though LeBron and Anthony Davis was the focal point of the Lakers winning. But the silent player in tonight's game was Alex Caruso, with his defensive ability that really was a huge help for the Lakers. And he was just one of those type of guys that you really need to have in the final seconds left in the game, final minutes left in the game. And, if the Lakers are like down by like, say, 2 or 4 points, you should really have somebody like Alex Caruso to be in that lineup in those particular situations. And that's what Frank Vogel used in Alex Caruso when it came to, the overtime. So great job on his efforts. I just hope to see more out of Alex Caruso with more games to come. And what else? THT, he had 10 points out there. His efforts off the bench was there. And then, I can say maybe Montrezl Harrell rebounding wise. I mean, he led the Lakers tonight in rebounding with 8 rebounds. So other than that, the Lakers in general, they struggled defensively, but at the same time, they made it up with the offense. And with the help of LeBron and Anthony Davis, it was just, supposed to be a win at the end of the day for the Lakers to get. And, with the help of Dennis Schroeder, Alex Caruso, and Kyle Kuzma, it was just those type of efforts that we needed from them. It was just played huge wonders of how the Lakers beat the Detroit Pistons tonight. And this was sort of a revenge game, if you will, for the Lakers to get this win over the Detroit Pistons after losing to them I believe it was like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, but I'm probably forgetting when was that. But, I'll put the exact video probably in the right-hand corner of this video, so it'll probably pop up, but I'll probably leave it at the end of this video. But, it was just one of those type of situations. I'm really glad the Lakers, survived in this particular win, and they outlast the Detroit Pistons. They fought through the very end, and to the point that we won. I was so much at the edge of my seat to see how the Lakers were playing. I know they were struggling defensively, and I just needed them to push that defense enough for them to win tonight, and they did so. And I'm so glad that the Lakers, bounced back from the situation that we're in, and with the help of Alex Caruso and LeBron, Anthony Davis, it was just played huge to the Lakers win tonight. And I'm just so glad that they finish off this game on a high note. So I really want to know, you guys, your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and please give me your thoughts about who is the Laker tonight that really stepped up in your eyes. Was it LeBron James? Was it Anthony Davis? Maybe it was Dennis Schroeder. Maybe it was Alex Caruso or Kyle Kuzma. I mean, maybe THT. I mean, I really want to know your thoughts about that. And do you guys agree with my analysis? Do you think the Lakers lacked defense in this particular game, or was it the offense? I mean, I might be looking at two ways, and you're probably looking at some other way. I mean, me personally, I think it was the defense, because the Lakers should have managed the game that they were in and maybe possibly finished the game in the fourth quarter. But unfortunately, they went into overtime and a double overtime. So the defense was the main problem. But at the end of the day, the Lakers got to win, and I'm just so glad. And maybe possibly they need to improve. Possibly, the next couple of practice to go. But other than that, I really want to know, guys, your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.